The science fiction writer William Gibson once quipped, "The future is already here. It's just not very evenly distributed." The Instructional Technology Training Program Level 2 is designed to help solve that problem. The program introduces faculty to all sorts of useful technology, from dynamic tools in Blackboard to classroom technology, from clickers to iPads and beyond. Our current participants have experimented with various technologies over the past months to renew their teaching practices. They have integrated technology to meet their individual needs and singular teaching styles. As you will see in these snippets from the faculty showcase, faculty often took the same tools and built surprisingly different things. The showcase was full of objects to catch the eye, videos that swirl and pulse with energy, game boards, flashcards, drag and drop exercises, even animated pigs to illustrate key accounting concepts. But all these objects were clearly built on solid pedagogical foundations, not just eye candy. So sit back and watch our graduates, including a self-proclaimed technology queen, strut their stuff.
60 seconds. Picking up from good. 30 seconds. We copy you down, Eagle. The Eagle has landed.
With the technology, I'm able to make myself a lifelong learner.
And the second way that it's really had an impact on me is the idea of flipped instruction. You know, when we were all college students, instructional time was spent usually lecturing or getting the material presented to us, and then we were sent home to do our homework and to do our projects and to sort of apply it and think about it. But technology gives us so many more opportunities. And so it's really challenged me to think about, what do I want to do with my very limited instructional time in the classroom, and what can I sub out to technology so that the students can access it 24/7 from home.
Some of the impact that I felt most profoundly this past year was just the opportunity to respond in a different way to my students, to finding out what's going wrong. You know, if I'm at home and I can tell you this has happened, I was at home and grading papers and saying, oh dear, they did not get this. I need to assist them. I need to be able to reach out to them now.
And then to connect what they do at home. They're always on the iPad or in their iPhone, and they're in their mobile. And I wanted to connect that with the classroom experience. The main focus was to expand the library's reach. We want to be able to bring the library to the students that use Blackboard and are in the extension centers, because some of them don't come to campus, so we want to bring the library to them.
I wanted to work on improving the sense of community in the classroom by having students really get to know each other. There's nothing worse than it being the last week of class and you realize that the student who's been sitting next to another student the entire semester has no idea what that person's name is. So that was something I wanted to work on.
They can upload their assignments right into Blackboard, pull out your iPad, grade the paper, you're off and running.
In accounting, we were trying to flip to a page in the book where the problem was. We were trying to put up something for me to use with the document projector, and it was just taking a lot of time.
So if you want to have multiple ways, so if you have a student that has a hearing impairment, you can use YouTube with closed caption. If you have a student that's visually impaired and they can't see the video, you don't have to worry about that because Voice Recorder, and this is a free app, Voice Recorder will convert it to an MP3. One of my students did a project on Crownsville State Hospital, and they did a short movie, and I thought it was fabulous. And I had had to learn how they did that.
So you can create learning objects. We've also used it in the classroom to practice. I'll have students go off with my iPad, which made me a little nervous, but they would use Educreation themselves and talk through how they figured out the answer to certain activities, and then we saved it, and then we posted it on Blackboard, and then everyone can go back and look at it.
And you can narrate if you want. For my video, I did a little differently. I used Camtasia, which is not a free program, but I do have it available on my desktop at my job. And Camtasia allows you to do screencasting, and it allows you to put text on the image, and you can really edit your video, and then you can put an audio track on there. I use Audacity to do the audio track.
And another interesting thing about iPad is that I can actually let the students use it to create some projects. They can use it to record their voices or images. This particular app is called the GarageBand, and they can create music as a backdrop for their poetry or their rap songs. And there are different levels to it. They first select the drums, then they select the guitars, different levels as you see, and then they finally put it together. Oh, I look like that? I said, would President Obama present like that? He said, no. And I said, I know exactly what I need to do. I said, you're right. And so we had a conversation.
And it was really simple to do. So there's a storyboard, there's an outline. You can have video or you can have images, and you just add the images or video as you see fit, and then you change where the blue part is, you change the wording and so forth. Okay, the other thing that I will use, and we just got this in 109, is the Reflector app. I'm not going to mirror it because everybody's been mirroring it. It's that app that you've been seeing where you mirror your iPad onto the screen. The thing that I like about it is that in 109 we don't have this little thing. So I have to be stuck in the podium and just clicking for the slides. And this app is going to allow me to move around the room.
This is what I was talking about when I said that I go home and I use it for remediation. If there's something that students are not understanding, I can make a quick 2-3 minute video with my voice and pictures and writing and text, going over whatever it is that I need to discuss. What I like about it, you can connect with people who really need to be able to hear me and read at the same time in order to get the understanding.
And what I did was I set up I had access to the ebook. So the things that I wanted to practice in class, I actually cut those particular items out. Then I made a little workspace because it's accounting, and sometimes we need to, do a calculation on this one. They had to figure out, how much the sales tax was, so that the students then would have the ability to go back and practice that again, or if they missed class, they know which problems we pulled from to exercise. So,
You know how students like to challenge each other? Okay, so I have put this on the game board here. They actually can organize themselves in teams, all right, and so we have questions, and say team 1 answers a question, and team 1 gets to move their battleship ahead.
This person wasn't there on the first day, and he's had some attendance problems, so you didn't see that. Anyway, I'm outing him. You don't have his picture, so it's okay. But anyway, so Teacher Kit, it's been great, a great way for me to use, and it's use the iPad in class, and I really like, taking those pictures on the first day.
So if you have a particular lab that you do in your department, I strongly suggest that you look for an app that deals with your lab, because what I can do in the classroom in just a moment is I can say, have you been working on Play-Doh yet? And they'll say, I said, well, I can know exactly when you went on. So it tells me that some students logged on 2 hours ago, some never logged on at all. You know, so this is a never, 2 days ago, 60 days ago.
I talked about how flipped instruction has been sort of an eye-opening idea for me this semester, and two things that Educreations has allowed me to get out of my classroom time has been test review. So, you know, when you grade the test and then you go into class the next day and then you go over all of the problems, and half the students that didn't get it wrong are dazed, and the students that did get it wrong are dazed, and it's not my favorite part of teaching. So I've been able to find the most frequently missed questions and do an Educreations where they have the right answer, and I talk through how I got that answer. And then post that to Blackboard. They can look at that, they watch it, then when they come back in, if they have any questions, we talk about we have a targeted conversation.
And I said, you're going to be good. And she said, yes, you're right. In fact, one day I'm going to be a CEO. I said, yes, you can do that. And that's why I said there's very much power in letting students see what they perform.
Good. 60 seconds. Picking up some good. 30 seconds. We copy you down, Eagle. The Eagle has landed.